This is part 3 of my videos on the destructiveness of religion. The topic today I want to discuss is religion in the health sector. The restrictions that religion has put on medical advances and bettering the health of the nation and of the world. First thing I want to talk about is cloning. As far as cloning is concerned, we have actually had the ability to clone parts of the human body for some time now, for a couple of years now. And there's still some complications with this, but very, very minor complications. And basically what I'm getting at here is you can essentially, with just a little bit more work and this technology and a little bit more funding, you can essentially clone a part of your body. Say your heart, your livers, whatever. If you have an unhealthy liver for whatever reason, or an unhealthy heart for whatever reason, instead of you having to get on a donor list, wait until some heart or whatever becomes available that you need, then your body may wind up ultimately rejecting itself. Instead of going through all this trouble of a committee having to meet and decide whether or not you're even worth going through all this, whether or not you're even living a healthy lifestyle. Instead of going through all of this, you could have just essentially cloned your own heart, your own liver, whatever it is that you need. Now we know at this point that your body will not reject it because it's yours. So you clone this from a healthy cell from that organ, can regrow it, and essentially put it into your body. So, if you know that you're going to eventually need a heart, you can start cloning it way in advance. Or, if you're one of those folks that just want to clone all your organs from an early age and put it in a freezer or whatever on standby, then feel free to go ahead and do that. So these are technologies that are pretty much here today. Like I said, there are still a few glitches. I don't want to make this sound like that there's no glitches in this technology. There are still a few glitches, but they are very close to doing it. Now it's going to take funding for them to get across the finish line. Funding that they don't have, primarily due to the results of the Bush administration putting heavy restraints and restrictions against such medical advancement because it's considered unethical and immoral to clone your own body part to save your own damn life. How the hell is this unethical and immoral? I don't know. This is just basically what religion has forced upon people now. I'm sorry, but I am not fucking Christian. I am not fucking Muslim. I don't give a fuck about your goddamn religion. So why are you trying to force this on me? Part of my language, I'm just very, very upset about this whole thing. Now, next thing I want to start talking about, though, is the fact that there are religions out there that actually teaches people not to participate in certain medical procedures. One of the biggest examples of this is the Jehovah's Witnesses. If their child or they are a victim themselves and they need a blood transfusion, pretty simple everyday procedure, but life-saving procedure and a crucial one for someone who needs blood. Hence the term blood transfusion. Jehovah's Witnesses will not do it. They believe that the blood is the soul essentially, and that this is just untouchable. You don't do this. You don't get a blood transfusion, even if it means that the child is going to die or they're going to die or whatever. You do not get a blood transfusion. So you better be ready to go try to get a court order if you can, because they're not going to get the blood transfusion. I was watching on the Discovery Health Channel a couple weeks ago, there was a incident where a boy was shot. Now, this is a very, very delicate one. The boy is 14 years old, and he lives in kind of a rough neighborhood. They're doing the best they can to get out of it, but they don't have that much money. You know, drivers only going to pay so much, and they're not able to get a better job. So, for the time being, they're stuck in this horrible neighborhood. Cops scared to come around the neighborhood. And the boy gets shot. He goes to the emergency room. Doctors say, well, everything is going to be fine as long as he gets this blood transfusion, saying this is what he's going to need. He's going to need this blood transfusion to save his life. Without it, he's going to die. Go ahead and sign this so we can get him this blood transfusion. Mother's a Jehovah's Witness. Refuses to get a son a blood transfusion. The son is 14 years old, says that he's not a Jehovah's Witness and wants the blood transfusion. The father's not in their life, sadly to say. So they finally had to wind up getting a judge in there to get a court order. Luckily, the judge has enough decency to realize that the son says he's not a Jehovah's Witness, 14 years old, and says he wants a dang on blood transfusion, just give it to him. And the judge went ahead and gave him the blood transfusion. But there are a lot of cases where it's not always a happy ending. Well, there is not always a blood transfusion given, and these people die. Why would you want to practice a religion that kills you? I do not know. Moving on to the final subject, and that is that of medical advancements for the future. I've already talked about cloning. There are other medical advancements out there. Complete cloning and other advancements out there that people consider to be unethical and immoral due to their religion. This is the message that I have for those people today. If you want to practice your religion and believe these things, that these things are unethical, very well. Do not use the services then. But do not try to force this on someone else. Now, I want to actually close this video up on another topic, and that is that of abortion. You hear about these abortion clinics being blown up by these religious fanatics. And you hear about these religious people saying, well, you don't need to be doing abortion because God doesn't like it. God is not real. Now, if you choose to believe in this God and practice this religion and whatever, that's on you. You're the idiot for doing it. But you're not going to push this idiocy and this hatred on to me. You're not going to push your so-called good morals onto me, because these are not good morals at all. It's just flat out ignorant. And you're not going to push it on to me. So, that being said, you don't believe in abortions, don't go to the fucking abortion clinic. And please don't go around there blowing them up. You don't believe in abortions, you don't have to have one. But you are not going to stop someone who does believe in pro-choice that they can all of a sudden go down there and have an abortion. Who are you to stop them? This is the foolishness that religion teaches. And this is why religion is so destructive. And this is why people just need to stay the hell away from it.